What if I told you that the United States was almost never born? That one of the world's most powerful nations today started with angry tea drinkers, secret letters, and farmers with muskets. This isn't your textbook version of the American Revolution. This is the war decoded, the raw struggle, the betrayal, and the moments that nearly ended the dream of America, before it even began. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll never look at the birth of the USA the same way again. Let's clear this up first. The Boston Tea Party wasn't about overpriced tea. It was about control. The British Empire treated the American colonies like a gold mine, taxing them, regulating them, and ignoring them, all at once. But the spark? The Stamp Act of 1765? Imagine having to pay a tax for every newspaper, legal document, even playing cards, without a single vote in the British Parliament. No taxation without representation wasn't just a slogan, it was a final cry for dignity. And when Britain didn't listen, the colonists decided to shout louder. April 18, 1775, Lexington, Massachusetts. Paul Revere didn't shout, "The British are coming," because everyone was British. He actually said, "The regulars are coming out." That night, colonial militias grabbed their muskets, farmers, blacksmiths, teenagers. By morning, the first shots of the war had been fired. 8 Americans lay dead. This wasn't rebellion anymore, it was revolution. But here's the twist. They didn't want independence yet, they wanted fair treatment. The Declaration of Independence was still over a year away. Enter George Washington, not yet a president, just a tall Virginian with a quiet intensity. The Continental Congress chose him to lead the newly formed army. But here's the truth. He had never led a large army before. And guess what? His army barely had shoes, let alone supplies. But what they had was belief. Belief that this ragtag force could stand up to the most powerful military in the world. Spoiler alert, they weren't wrong, but it was ugly. 1776. You'd think the war was going great after the Declaration, right? Wrong. Washington lost New York. The British chased his army like wolves through the snow. Men froze, deserters fled. It was the kind of moment where empires are made, or crushed. And in that darkness came the gamble. December 25, 1776. Washington crosses the icy Delaware River at night in silence. Surprises a Hessian garrison at Trenton. Victory, tiny but symbolic, and suddenly hope flickered again. The Americans had courage. But courage alone doesn't win wars. Enter France. After the American victory at Saratoga, the French smelled blood. British blood. They joined the war. Ships, guns, money. Suddenly it wasn't just a rebellion. It was a global war. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, spies like Agent 355 fed intel to Washington. Women, merchants, even tavern owners became secret soldiers. The revolution was being fought on every street corner, every letter, every whisper. 1781, Yorktown, Virginia. The British, led by Cornwallis, were trapped. French ships blocked the sea. Washington closed in by land. After days of siege, Cornwallis surrendered. The war was over. But more importantly, the idea of America was real now. So how was the USA born? Not in one battle, not in one speech, but in the courage of ordinary people who said enough. It wasn't easy, it wasn't clean, but it was the birth of an idea that people can rule themselves. And that idea would change the world. Like the way we decoded the past? Hit like, subscribe to the Fact Decoder, and let me know in the comments. Which moment from the Revolutionary War surprised you the most? See you in the next one.